3, 2.
Hello, my name is Ramón. Today I'm living the experience of being a Desconocidos number 172. Come with me to live this experience together. I was born in the city of Barquisimeto, Venezuela back in 1989, and I was raised in a very traditional, conservative, and religious family, so that defines a huge part of my personality, of course. Besides that, since I was a very young kid, I was into different sports. I was a swimmer, I was a tennis player, and that also says a lot of who I am in this moment as well. When I was around 16 years old, I decided to move to a different city and to go to the engineering school, which I graduated when I was around 22 years old. After I graduated, I never imagined living in the United States, but things happened and I decided to move to this country when I was 26 years old, and I have been living here for 9 years now. Join me to know more about my untold story. The character that represents who I am today is Libra. Not only as a sign, because Libra is my sign, but it's also because I am all about balance. And what does that mean? Well, I literally apply balance in absolutely everything in my life, or at least I try. I try to stay healthy, but when I don't want to be healthy, I want to eat everything I want to, I just do it. I'm running my own business, and at the same time, I'm working on a successful technology company. So I'm always trying to do different stuff that I know that I want to, and I try to stay in the middle. Have I always been in balance with my life? No, definitely not. Absolutely not. There have been dark episodes in the past where I was literally feeling very down. But also other moments where I've been feeling so high and so happy. So definitely not. That hasn't been always the case. What balance means to me is the ability to stay right in the middle between what you want to do and what you need to do, because I think you can do both things. The kind of bad thing about me being too balanced is that I don't reflect and I don't show many emotions sometimes. And that's the part where I don't really feel that it's okay to be a Libra. Maybe because sometimes if I want to cry, I just don't do it. If I want to say something that I'm feeling, I just don't say it, because I want to show myself always kind of in the same level, in the same note. And that's definitely something that I know as a Libra or a balanced person, it's a challenge for sure. So the different elements that I would include in my Libra life, I would say first my marriage. Second, I would say my job. Besides that, I try to stay healthy. So I work out every single day of my life. Sometimes I work out twice a day. Besides my husband, the rest of my family, and try to see them every other time when it's possible. I was the creator of a chocolate brand, and that requires a lot of time. So definitely all these different items that I mentioned, they put together are part of this balanced life that I consider that I have. A way to represent in a picture this Libra character, I'm seeing myself in a position where I'm showing first that I'm strong enough to hold all the different pieces that represent my life. The fact that I have my job, I have my own business. So I think I will definitely have to be like showing that in a very strong position, in a way that my body is showing that I'm able to keep all those items in balance. That's how I see it. Who is Rami? That's a really good question, actually. By that time, I was working as an engineer for a very important chocolate company in my country. I will never forget the day I say to myself that one day I wanted to have my own chocolate brand. By that time, there was no name, there was no Rami, there was no concept at all, no flavors, there was nothing. It was just something that got to my mind and then went straight to my heart. And I knew that someday, somehow it was going to happen. Almost 5 years ago, I started developing formulas. The first one was a complete mess. Like, you have no idea what happened. I was using a machine for the first time and there was chocolate and cocoa butter everywhere, sugar everywhere. I was like, oh my God, I'm never meant to be good at this. But I decided to keep trying. And after a little bit over a year, I was finally able to develop the first formula of the brand that we are still using today. Since that moment, we have been working on the concept of the brand and the different products that we wanted to create. It has been a beautiful journey. What I'm seeing today versus what we had at the beginning or before I moved to the States is like, it's just unbelievable. Rami Chocolates is my way to bring joy and bring love to the world. I think this world deserves and needs more happiness and more love. So I'm just so happy and so grateful for finding my way to bring the happiness and the love to this world. Literally every time we make a chocolate or every time we see somebody trying our chocolates and seeing their reactions, their connections to different memories from the past, it's a reminder of the fact that I'm definitely doing what I love to do, what my passion is, and that I'm doing something that is good for this world. The experience of being at Desconocidos was to create the identity of Rami as a character. It has been a beautiful journey, but also a challenge because we got to a point where we understood it was the moment for Rami to evolve and to present itself as what actually is. I would say Rami is very sophisticated, but at the same time, he has a warm personality. People can get to him easily. Rami likes to present as a brand and as a character that is also balanced. Rami doesn't like to tag people for what they are or for what they think they are. For Rami, you can be whoever you want to be every day. And I think that's one of the reasons why people is also liking Rami as a brand and as a character too, because they feel this warm person and this warm character showing that they can be there for you anytime. So all those elements as a character were part of all this idea, all this process of defining how to represent that Rami and to make sure that we cover all the elements that will let you understand, okay, this is Rami and this is the brand that we're seeing right now. What's the next step for Rami? The next immediate step is to open our first chocolate boutique. That's something that we're currently working on. We were super excited because we are creating this concept, this idea where people will feel very comfortable on our place, our boutique. They will get to see and try and get so many different products, all created by us. Everything related with chocolate, of course. And so that's the big next step that we have right now. And I have had this vision at least twice in my life, and I told my husband about it. And it's me driving, and I'm seeing next to me a truck, like a delivery truck, like a UPS or FedEx truck, but it will have a Rami chocolate logo. So it means that they're delivering some of our product. So I can't wait for that moment to happen, to see our product everywhere. It's just, right now I'm actually picturing that again, like for real. My desconocido character, I will say, I guess is CAOS. And I'm actually, this is real, I'm actually scared. What will represent CAOS to me? Well, I think first is all that personality of me that I don't allow people to see, but I also don't allow myself to feel or to experience. By the way, by the time that I'm talking, my heart is beating so fast and so hard because I'm literally feeling the chaos. So that character is going to represent when I lack of harmony, when I don't feel peace, when I feel unhappy, when I feel sadness, my craziness, when I'm narcotic sometimes. It's definitely going to show what I have never allowed anybody to see in my life. The first time I felt chaos taking control, I remember that time when I was just moved to the States. I literally had no money in my pocket, like nothing. So by that time, I could only eat once a day because I had just a budget and I had no job. And it was just, I felt that I had no options, I had nothing to do. I was trying to find a job and I couldn't. And I don't know when was the last time I connected with that emotion, but it's just right now I'm getting close to what I was feeling the day, and it was so difficult because I remember my dad texting me by the time my dad was still alive, and he was texting me the day randomly asking how was everything going, and I couldn't say, hey, I have no money, I have no job, I have no food. All I had to say to him was everything's good, everything's going okay. But the only option that I had was just to cry, like aloud. I was alone, I had no friends by the time, I knew nobody in Miami by the time. And I remember sitting in a public park and I was just crying for maybe 30 minutes because I just didn't know what I could do to change my reality. I felt that I was working hard trying to find a job and I just couldn't find anything. And I remember a moment of that day, I considered that I had to come back to my country because it was going to be a safe place for me, at least to have a place where I could live and have food. And I was literally devastated. How I to represent my chaos character? Well, definitely it will have to be something completely out of my comfort zone, something that will show something of a part of me that nobody has seen. And I'm always careful with my hair. I always put in a lot of product and I try to keep it together in a nice way. So I actually don't allow people to touch my hair. Charlie doesn't, not even my husband, touch my hair, nobody. So if we do something with my hair, that will be a chaos for me. I don't know the result, and I don't want to know. But yeah, it's going to be huge.
¿Estarías dispuesto a hacerlo?
Yeah, today's the day to do absolutely everything we have to do. So this the Desconocidos experience. So let's do what we have to do.
¿Cómo te hace sentir la idea?
I'm scared. Like I'm literally scared. Well, we just finished my Desconocido experience. Literally speechless. It was a completely out of comfort experience. It was also an opportunity for me to visualize and to actually put in kind of reality some of the dreams that I have. There are so many things that I would like to share and to express right now, but I think it's just going to be way better for you guys to see the video, because actually this is just the beginning of the new era for Rami.
Yeah. No, kidding.